Kevin, the way the script works is there's lots of back and forth, and then at the last moment, they'll do a continuing resolution. Is that the way this will play out?
Tom, it's absolutely the way it's going to play out. And in fact, last week, if you'll remember, when we were talking about the president's reported controversial comments, to say the least, about countries in Africa as well as El Salvador and others, over the weekend, there's been some new developments on that. President Trump tweeting out criticism against Senator Dick Durbin, essentially accusing him of lying and saying, there he is in that image, Dick Durbin sitting right to the right of President Trump, looking at him, saying essentially that he was lying about these comments and that this type of goodwill has now put DACA, the immigration issue, into a tailspin ahead of Friday's deadline.
I mean, there's a great, political polarity. For our global audience, explain what shuts down if we shut down. I mean, the president goes to Davos anyways, right?
Yeah, the president goes to Davos anyways, and essentially there's this interesting thing up on Capitol Hill of folks being deemed essential. Deemed essential. Are you deemed essential is the code word. And if you are not deemed essential government employee of the government, you have to stay home and you're not allowed to work. So that really is a lot of low-level staffers. But for all intents and purposes, the government is still working and functioning. Just lawmakers are not able to pass bills and whatnot. But you'll see a bevy of meetings around the clock, including over the weekend, should the government actually shut down. And a lot of political theater. They're rolling cots for lawmakers to sleep on and whatnot. It'll be a round-the-clock spectacle.
How does this get resolved? And Kevin, if President Trump goes to Davos with the government shutdown, that's not going to look great. Does he care about that kind of stuff?
He doesn't, Francine. I mean, a lot of folks would make that case, but from the president and the administration's perspective, I think back to just a couple of months ago when President Trump said that he would think that perhaps a government shutdown would be a good thing. He really believes that immigration is what his base wants to see accomplished, his stance on immigration, and he really believes that he has the winning case on immigration against Democrats. Now, whether or not that's true ultimately will be decided in midterm elections, but he really believes he has the higher ground on this.